What's up, boys and girls? It's your guy Radical back at it again, and this is a discussion video for a very controversial topic, which we will get into. But I just feel like I don't do enough videos like this where there's no script and I just kind of talk off the dome from the heart about something I'm passionate about. So today I would indeed like to talk about The Last of Us 2. Now look, I get it. It's a very controversial topic. We'll get into that. Before I do, however, I do just want to say, first off, shout out to Nintendo Cisco. Cisco does a lot of these discussion-like videos, so I actually am kind of getting inspiration from him today to do a video like that, because I've been wanting to make a video about The Last of Us for literal months, dude. I beat the game like 3 months ago and I knew I wanted to make a video about it. I was planning a skit, I was planning some type of big video, and in the end I'm like, you know what, I'm procrastinating. Let's just turn the camera on and talk about The Last of Us. So I was a little late to the bandwagon in terms of playing Last of Us 2. I only started playing it in like December of last year, and then I beat it after probably like a month's time. And it's gonna be a hot take, but I actually really like the game, and I went so far as to platinum it on PS4. Now, do I think The Last of Us 2 is a good game? I do, and I know that's a hot take. I know the dislikes about to be pouring in. The cancel Radical on Twitter is gonna be going crazy, but I genuinely do think it's a good game. And I mean, in general, Last of Us is a very, very popular franchise. I mean, Last of Us 1 is considered one of the greatest games of all time, and low-key, even though people are shitting on Last of Us 2, half of you guys still bought the game and played it. My boy Shifty out in New York, if I remember correctly, has an entire Ellie Last of Us 2 statue. Isn't that right, Shifty?
Don't remind me.
Oh, Shifty, you dirty dog buying the Last of Us Collector's Edition. Didn't think I was gonna call you out in my Last of Us video. You're tripping, my boy. Anyways, can't wait to see you. Also, check out Shifty's channel. That's another side note. Let's get into the real discussion. Overall, I would give this game like a solid 7.5 out of 10. It does have flaws, and I recognize them, but I kind of want to address the biggest complaints with Last of Us and my counter arguments with this video. So one of the biggest complaints in The Last of Us is the story. If you have not played this game, if you have avoided spoilers for so long, definitely skip ahead a little in the video, because there's no way for me to explain this without dropping spoilers. But that was your warning. 3, 2, 1, it's spoiler time. So let's talk about the story. So obviously in the story, Joel does get killed very, very early on. A lot of people wanted to stop playing the game right then and there. I don't understand. Look, I love Joel, I love Last of Us Part 1, but the whole time in Part 1, you're setting up for Ellie to take over the next game. There's not much left for Joel to do. He did his part. And honestly, I really liked the direction they went with Joel in this game, as kind of like that father figure who was lost tragically. And a lot of people are saying they did Joel dirty. Joel was still the main focus of this game. I know there was a lot of political propaganda and stuff like that shoveled into the game, which I don't really want to get into. That's going to be way too controversial. But I don't know, I just feel like Joel was in the end credits, Joel was in the opening. There were certain missions where you had callbacks to Last of Us Part 1, and you're playing as Joel and Ellie. So I don't get it. I don't get the argument that Joel was done dirty in this game. I think if I was making the Last of Us Part 2 game, this is kind of the direction I would have went. So I had no problem with that. Another big complaint with the story is the character of Abby. Now, don't get me wrong, the character herself is very bland. She's not all that exciting. She's not really a poster child, even though I'm pretty sure the director of the game, Neil Druckmann, has her as like his Twitter banner. And a lot of people are just like, man, fuck you, Neil. You hate the fans. I can't agree or deny to that, but I don't know. I mean, I still think she gets a little too much hate. I did find it was very fun to play as Abby. When you play as Ellie, it's a very, stealthy, elusive type of gameplay. But when you play as Abby, I had no fear just running up to a horde of zombies and start throwing fists, because this girl is jacked. She was fun to play as. Low-key, I actually enjoyed her story and her story development with the crew. I thought it was an interesting way of doing things, where first half of the game you're playing as Ellie, second half you play as the villain, and you start to kind of feel for the villain. The whole fact that her dad was killed and the whole tie-in, a lot of people hate on it. I kind of liked it. I don't know, maybe I'm just a weirdo. Maybe I'm the only one in the world that sees it that way. But I kind of messed with Abby's storyline. There definitely were parts where I was just like, yeah, can I just get back to Ellie and Joel's story arc? Like, I get it. Like, Abby's part was definitely lengthy. They could have shortened that. But, I don't know, I enjoyed her part. And then, the one complaint I do have with the story is the ending of the game. I don't understand the ending of the game. Look, Ellie should have killed Abby. I don't get why she didn't. That kind of voided the game's story for me, which is why I tanked. If Ellie killed Abby, I honestly think this was like an 8.5, 9 out of 10 game. But the fact that she just lets Abby go, it voided the entire story of the game. So they really tanked the score for me. But I don't know, man. I just thought in general the story is not as bad as people say. And all I can say is play it for yourself. Play it for yourself. Because I went into this game expecting trash, and I came out of playing it with a platinum trophy and actually liking the game. So that's my little rant about the story. Let's talk about the gameplay itself. The gameplay, yeah, it's a little repetitive. It's basically just The Last of Us 1 redefined, couple new weapons or grenades or shit like that. But overall, I mean, I have no complaints with The Last of Us 1 gameplay, and you know, if they changed it up too much in Last of Us 2, the people would have been complaining about that. Man, why couldn't we just stick to Last of Us 1's gameplay? You know, like, it worked. Why would you change it? So, honestly, I'm glad that they just kind of stuck and minorly tweaked The Last of Us 1 gameplay, because people don't know what they want. So overall, I enjoyed the gameplay. Finding all the collectibles, whether it was the coins or I think it was the superhero cards, I thought that was really fun and interesting. I genuinely wanted to check every crack and crevice of the map, even knowing that a zombie could break through the wall or just start turning my neck into string cheese at any second. But yeah, I thought the incentives were rewarding in terms of just exploration, and yeah, I messed with it. If they have a Last of Us Part 3, which I don't think they would, I think they're done with Last of Us now. I don't really know. I feel like it would just, again, continue to progress Ellie's story, I guess. I hope they don't go a different way and it's like all Abby. I think that would be kind of annoying. But yeah, I mean, I thought the parallels were really cool. How you kind of got to a certain point in Ellie's story, then it brought you all the way back and you had to play upwards through Abby's story to figure out what she was doing this whole time post Joel's death. And then you kind of play at the end of the game where it's like, now you're caught up to speed, figure the rest out, and then you get hit with that terrible ending. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of Last of Us Part 2. Again, shoutouts to Cisco for the idea for this discussion video. Shoutouts to Shifty for the quick little clip with the Ellie statue. I like this game, and it is a little tragic that it gets so much hate. I get it. They did push a lot of propaganda. They took a different approach than they did with Last of Us Part 1. People say that the director and the whole game crew just shit on the fans. I get your complaints. I'm not saying this game is perfect. I also do not in any way think this game deserved Game of the Year. It's good, but Ghost of Tsushima to me is like a 9.5 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10. In fact, during my birthday stream, I was pretty triggered that Last of Us robbed Ghost of Tsushima of Game of the Year. But it's a really good game. If you like The Last of Us Part 1, I do actually recommend playing Last of Us Part 2. The gameplay is fun. The story is different, but at least to me, I enjoyed the majority of it until the ending. And yeah, there's a lot of new characters. Get ready for a whole different direction. Also, there's a lot of death. I will tell you that. I won't throw in too many spoilers in terms of who dies, aside from obviously you guys know Joel dies. You kind of even knew Joel was gonna die from the trailer. But yeah, solid game. Sorry I'm keeping it kind of very all over the place toward the end of this video. I'm sure if you guys like these discussion videos, like I said, let me know in the comments. I'll try to refine them more to certain subjects, but I'm glad I finally got a video out on Last of Us. I appreciate you guys for watching. One more time, let me know in the comment section what you thought of Last of Us and what you think of these discussion videos. I kind of like it. You know me and my real talks. I can blabber on and on. So I kind of like just throwing on the camera, no script, and talking about a game. Peace out. Stay radical. Play The Last of Us 2, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
I come from a town.
Love you, Red.
I come from a town where most of the people are so close-minded. They go into school and they work in a job, but they don't even like it. I won't be put in a box. Nobody telling me what I should rock.